Right, so, I actually don't know how I'm starting this video. I really have no idea how I'm going to start this video. But basically what this essentially is that I'm just going to be talking a little bit more about 2024. And I mean, hell, this year was a very strange year. It was a very weird year. But I'm sure, you know, you guys know that and stuff like that. And, you know, for you guys, it must have also been a very strange and very weird year. But I wanted to come on here and just kind of talk to you guys, be a bit, you know, real. Just wanted to be real with you guys. Not the app, you know, but, look, I tried, all right? It was I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny, all right? But anyways, as I was saying, I just wanted to come on here and basically just kind of speak to you guys, person to person behind the screen, and just kind of talk to you a little bit more about how I'm feeling in terms of retrospect this year. It's again, very weird year, whirlwind of emotions. But yeah, let's get straight into that. And I just wanted to start off by saying, first and foremost, a massive thank you. Right? I don't want to do this kind of whole soppy sad story thing of like, oh, I'm not appreciative of the shit that I've had or the stuff that I've done or whatever. No, far from it. I've wanted to just say thank you, and I think I want to start off by saying thank you mostly just to the people that are consistently trying to contribute to being a part of a community that I'm slowly trying to grow, I guess, and just the people that are part of this community who are constantly in my streams or constantly in my comment section of my YouTube videos, or just kind of chilling out and doing whatever, whether it be in the Discord or being in a VC with me. To anybody who is part of Twilight Town specifically, which is the Discord or the community that we built this year, I just wanted to say thank you. I want you to know that when I started this content thing about 6 years ago now, all I wanted to do was build, I guess, a following in a sense, but mostly a community. I didn't know how to phrase it back then, but now I do. And it's crazy because I've wanted it for so long, but it never was a massive priority to me until I realized that it was a massive priority, which was this year. And it wasn't until I started making this Discord where slowly and gradually people like Infinite and Ty and Ash would start to come through, and slowly and gradually it would grow into this thing that, you know, by the end of the year I can look back on and go, oh my god, we actually did something here. And it's crazy, right? Like, just being able to sit there and have fun with you guys and just being able to talk has just been so cool, because now that we get to, you know, foster this community, it's just been such a blessing and such a cool thing to watch from my own eyes. And to that avail, I just really wanted to thank all of you for just being here, right? Just putting your faith and trust in someone who hasn't really been on the ball as much. You know, yeah, sure, my streams have been consistent, my upload schedule not as much. I mean, I'd love to be more consistent with it, but I can't come up with too many great ideas right now. So, you know, those types of things where you guys just allow me to do my thing, and I think that's really cool. And you know, you're like the best community I could ever possibly ask for, so thank you so much. You actually made me feel like I found a home online, which is crazy because I've always had a problem with trying to fit into different places, and now that I can have a place where other people can come in and feel like that they're welcome, I feel like that's just so cool. And I feel like you guys have opened your own arms up to me. Maybe you haven't, maybe you have. And I just wanted to thank you guys on that front. I just think it's so cool to be able to do that. Specifically wanted to also thank the guys that are the base foundation of Twilight Town, right? The guys who have been there since the beginning, you know, obviously again, Ty, Ash, Infinite, specifically those three who have just been there since the start. Lego, who was my editor for a good while, he's just been on the ball ever since the beginning as well. To basically all my close friends who have kind of watched my streams and been a part of the content that we've been able to produce together. I wanted to thank all of you guys for just being involved in the stuff that I've done, and I couldn't have potentially just gotten to where I am today without all of your guys' continuous support, with whether it be the Rogue Summit, which we'll get to in a little bit, don't worry, or whether it be with, you know, my commentary stuff, and just so much more. You guys have just been my rock this year, and the reason why I've consistently gone on, you know, when I come back home from work and instantly start streaming. That's the reason why, because I'm so excited to just see you guys in chat. You know, shout out to Zapped, Kof, Dog, Big Dog, you know, Insert, who else? Lilico, Bell, and all those guys, right? Everyone that is, oh, Jojo as well, Snacks, just a bunch of those guys who have constantly helped me out through those times of just those highs and those lows. You guys have always been there, and I'm just so proud to have you here. And I thank you so much for being a part of something that's so small but yet feels so big. So yeah, from a community and content standpoint, this year has been great. It has not been bad. It has been a good year, and I honestly can't falter it. I can't be disappointed whatsoever. Yeah, and I hope to do it again all over next year. I hope that this thing grows. I hope maybe we maybe Lady Luck will smile down on us, and we'll get even bigger. But for now, I like this small little community. I think it's quite cute. And I just wanted to thank you guys. Oh, nasty little voice right there. But yeah, I wanted to just thank you guys, innit? And I think that's, yeah, just no more words. You guys are my rock, man. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, let's obviously now go and focus a little bit more about what else has happened this year. I mean, the Rogue Summit, without, a shadow of a doubt, is obviously one of the biggest things that have happened this year. Me and my best friends got together to raise money for charities worldwide over a year ago. And then slowly and gradually, it's become this massive thing, or at least a big thing that people are investing time into and actually putting a lot of, love into and stuff like that. We've got a full team working on different things every now and again with the lead up and build up to each summit. And I just wanted to thank everyone who is consistently involved with trying to help me just build and foster this brand of just crazy shows and ideas that we bring together. I want to thank Sweet Boy, Sylvia, Ari, MK, Malik, Cycloid, Keys, Xeno Blue, the whole lot, everyone. I just can't get you all at the top of my head right now, but Squid, Corvus, there's so many names that have been a part of the Rogue Summit. Whether it is that you're a player, or whether it is that you're a commentator, or whether it is that you're a producer, whatever it may have been, thank you guys so much, genuinely, because without the fact of without the fact that we have these events to run, I don't know where I would be. I don't know what I would have done this year. I would have probably just been in a drought, not being able to commentate anything, and just been sitting on my ass and just kind of being like, oh, I can't do this or whatever. Or I would have just continuously kept beating myself up. But because of the ambition, because of the passion, because of just the strength that all of you have given me in the last couple months, and also just the year in general, we've always had something to look forward to. Now, granted, it was never perfect. It never was ever going to be perfect. But that's the greatest part about this year. We live and we learn. And I think that's always so cool. SA2 reference. I'm going to stop. I've got to stop doing this kind of stuff. But yeah, you get me. That kind of stuff is always going to be something that I think that is always just so important to me. And you guys are just awesome for being a part of it. So thank you genuinely so much from the bottom of my heart for just helping me out. Yeah, my closest mates, my closest friends. Let's talk about all of that stuff. Again, more in tied with the Rogue Summit work. I just wanted to thank all of my closest friends who were literally all working on the summits, who were all behind the camera, constantly pushing me to do better, to be like, yo man, you got this. We can put on a show every single time. When I'm at my lows, they're always at their highs, and whenever I'm at my high, they are also at my high. They're never at a low. It's never like that, unless obviously we have something to fix. And I don't know where I would be without the team or the group of people that I'm surrounded with. So all my IRL friends, thank you so much for just pushing me through this stuff consistently. You all know who you are. If you've had an impact in my life and I've known you for more than 2 years, then thank you so much, because then this message goes out to you guys. But I also wanted to go ahead and obviously talk a little bit more about this year. Let's talk about the commentary side now. Let's go on to the commentary. Let's see what that's all about. This year has been... I can't even find the word to describe what this year has been. It's not been necessarily... I thought that was a spider. My God. Anyways, I thought this year was not necessarily ridiculous, but it was just all over the place. With commentary and self-esteem, mentally, I was just kind of beaten up. I was like, man, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I felt like I was going to retire. And the plan was that by Icarus 2024, I was going to retire. I wanted to retire. I wanted to say, I'm not doing this anymore. Because the love wasn't there. I wasn't getting picked for events. I wasn't finding too much success. I kept doing online stuff, the Rogue Summit stuff. But I knew I was destined for more. I know I'm destined for more. But the fact is, I couldn't find it in me to get it done. And I was just like, I don't know, man, if I'm not, maybe 2022 was a fluke, yada, yada, yada. You've heard it a million times before, especially if you know me. I've always kind of doubted myself when it comes to commentary stuff. And, again, Icarus 2024 this year, I was this close to retiring until, I had people come up to me and go, hey, man, we actually really like your commentary. And people just like pushing me forward. People that I didn't even know I got a lot of compliments from. I signed a couple things here and there. It was nice. It was neat. And everyone just kind of like giving me a reason to continuously keep doing this. And instead of it being my farewell event, it ended up being an event where, I learned so much from. And I think it was just possible. It was one of the events that hold the closest, memories and love to my heart, because you ever see Rocky, or I guess a better way of putting it is Creed, where he's out there training in the desert or whatever. That's basically what that felt like. I felt like I was locked into the hyperbolic time chamber at like 45-degree weather for like 3 days straight, and all I had on my mind was making sure that I was just better than the next day. I was better. I was getting ready for my top 4 doubles. I was getting ready for top 8 of singles. I was like, I need to be better. I need to be stronger. I need to be faster every single day. And I was just like in that heat, constantly fighting so that I wouldn't pass out, because I almost did a couple times on commentary. I almost passed out, but I was just fighting through the mentality, through the rage, through the the sadness, because I went into that weekend a total mess emotionally. There was a lot going on that weekend. It had been, I think, about a year and a bit now since I'd lost my friend, and that was the day of the top 4 singles block that I had at Icarus. And I was like, man, I wish I could just be so much better now. But that whole event and just so much more had taught me that I can be so much more, and I really can. I made the shift to Tekken this year, which is something that a lot of people have noticed and kind of raised an eyebrow at. And yeah, it's been interesting. When it comes to Tekken and any other fighting games that I've kind of like looked towards or kind of like stared at, I had my first offline this year, my first ever Bandai Namco event, I guess, technically, or part of the European Cup. I got to work with legends like, Rick the Dragon. I got to work with, Fury, and the rest of the Iron Pride team, who, again, thanks to them, gave me my opportunity to showcase my skills offline for the first time. I got to work with talented casters like Spongy and Pun Life, who know their stuff, who was guiding me through the entire process of how to get better and yada yada. I learned a lot from both of them just through that weekend or through that time that I had with them, and I was just so blessed to be able to work with such talent that I was like, yeah, this is it. I love Tekken. And just the scene overall, the Tekken London scene, they're just so welcoming. Like, they're just great people. And I genuinely couldn't be more, grateful to any of them, for just being the best that they are. I mean, just helping me out, just putting my feet in the water and just helping me run and kind of just understanding a little bit more about, how the game works and stuff. And, I think another big part of that is the guys over at TC, or Team Considerable. For those of you that, again, don't know or have no idea, I've been doing these things on Mondays called the Tekken Arena, right? Which is like a fight card thing that's set up by your ranked points, and everyone faces off against someone that's like at an equal level, and it's done in the style of a fight card, kind of like boxing or UFC. And it's such a cool experiment. It's such a cool event that I get to do every single week. I get to call it with Considerable Bulk, Danny Sadiq, and Haiku, who are 3 incredible people that I've had the pleasure of sharing the mic with for a couple months now. And they've just been great. They have always been so fun to speak with and just talk to and learn from. We just always have good chemistry on the mic, off the mic. Working with Haiku and the guys have been just such a blessing. I got to learn so much from them. I've made new friends in them as well. I can trust them, and I say this, they're probably my favorite commentary team that I've worked with this year, because of just the amount of shenanigans and banter and, the switch between serious and not serious commentary. We just all gel so well, and even in a 4-man commentary situation, we just work together so well. So again, shout outs to Haiku, Danny, and Bulk for just being great. Shout outs to the rest of the whole crew, I guess, for being awesome. Martian, Holly, Who else? Marsha and Holly. I was about to say his real name there for a second. Variety. Moose. You know, all of those guys that have just been so supportive of me in my time that I've been here with these guys the last 2 or so months. I just want to thank you guys as well, because without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't have the confidence to keep coming back every single week, sitting down at 7:30 p.m. and just putting on a show until 9. It's so worth it. It's just the best part of the week for me, and yeah, it's so cool. So yeah, again, thank you guys for that. But yeah, I'm closing thoughts, I think, is where we're probably going to go from here. I don't even know the own structure of my own video. I'll be real. But I just wanted to thank so many people that I can't really get a list out, you know. Normally we would, again, just put a compilation together of our best moments. Maybe I'll do that at the end of the year. Maybe I'll work on that video immediately after I put this one out. Which should be, I think it should be out either tonight or probably tomorrow at the time of this recording. We'll see. But yeah, like I don't really know what else to say. I don't really know how else to end this, but to say that this year has, while we've had great moments, I've had mentally just bad moments as well, and moments that have always beaten me down, and I've been able to get back up, you know, thanks to the power of my friends, who, I know that's really corny and stuff, but have been by my side from the very beginning and are always lifting me up, you know, especially my IRL mates who are constantly there to just keep me going, and you know, who give me a reason to wake up at every single given second and go, okay, I'm ready to get this done today, because it's for them, you know. And like whenever I travel out or whenever I go see the world, for example, I feel like whenever I'm commentating and stuff, I'm not necessarily doing it for the sake of another country. I'm not there to represent my own country. I'm there to show to my friends that they can do the things that they want to do if they follow their heart. Right? Like, that's, you want to go do something, you can go do something. And I think that that's always such a cool thing to just put into their minds, and something that I've always wanted to push towards all of my friends who go, you know, man, I want to really get back into streaming, man, or I want to do this, and I see you do this, I can do this. Yeah, like, you can absolutely do it. Why not? Pick up a hobby, do it, go for it. And I feel like that applies to anyone. I've had a lot of people come to me that want to go, hey man, like, I want to do this, and I hope that, you know, my influence, you know, they've come to me and they've gone, oh, you know, you've influenced me to do this, or give this a try. And I'm like, great, I hope that that influence continues to, you know, flourish, or I hope that, you know, that influence continues to push you to do the things that you really want to do. So do it. Honest to God, when it comes to these types of opportunities, please just take them, follow your heart, do the things that you love, because you never really know if tomorrow is guaranteed, ever. And I just want to go ahead and end this video by saying that if you ever feel like, you know, you're not loved, or you ever feel like you're going through something, or you ever feel like, you know, you're not really ever in a position where you can do things, or you feel like you'll never achieve anything, just don't give up. Hold your head up high, hold that chin up high, no matter how dark, no matter how deep things may get over the next couple months or years of your life, or whatever it may be. Please just keep going, because, you know, you'll find something worth smiling for in the future. If I told myself that about 6 years ago, you know, my 16-year-old self would never believe me in the slightest. That there would be things that, you know, we could both sit down and smile about in the future, and, you know, you guys get to be a part of the things that we get to smile about. And again, just thank you for being here for 2024. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I don't know what's next. I don't know what is next, but I hope you guys will follow me in 2025. I hope that we can conquer the next year together, whether it be through the RS series, whether it be through commentary, whether it be through making more videos or doing more streams, or whatever it may be. I just hope and pray that whatever it is that we do within the next couple of months, whatever we do in the next 12 months, that we can look back at it and go, we did a pretty damn good job together. Yeah, that's it. That's not really got much else to say. You guys have yourselves an absolutely incredible New Year's. You know, it's gonna be Something to look forward to, obviously, going into the new year. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the year, and I'll see you guys. I'll be back with streams, obviously, in the new year, more than likely on the 1st of January, or maybe even afterwards. You'll know for sure. But if I don't see you until then yeah, take care of yourselves, and as always, peace out. Much love. Yes, sir. Break out of certain strings in certain scenarios. Oh, bye.
Just so you know, this is the record.
Hey, Danny, you said you look really good. No.